Hello there, and welcome to the Manchester City versus Burnley review, which finished 5-0 to Man City, and there's really, actually, genuinely not a great deal else to really talk about it. It wasn't a competitive match. It wasn't. Let's just dive into the stats just a little bit here. 29% possession, expected. Any team that is below the top four isn't really going to put up much of a possession fight against Manchester City. It's just not going to happen. It really isn't. So you know that you're going to concede possession at least. You're not going to have the ball that much. But when you do have the ball, make sure you do good stuff with it. Now, it's no coincidence that obviously the player ratings are not high whatsoever for Burnley. And when you lose 5-0 in the fashion that they did, it's possible to lose 5-0 and somehow still be a little bit competitive, but they just weren't. And they just don't have the players to come up against a Man City and do anything. Probably one of their better players on the day would be someone like a Jay Rodriguez, but still couldn't impose himself. They still don't have the midfield. Two of a static, basic midfield. Couldn't do anything against them. Didn't utilise many substitutes. They basically just, I think once they went 3-0 down before half-time, I think they basically just shut up shop, became a load of statues, and it almost basically became shooting practice for Man City. The fact that they had 19 shots and 7 on target, probably should have had more on target to be fair for Man City, but they were already expressing themselves, they were comfortable, they weren't having to work a great deal too hard or anything like that. It was their game, they could do pretty much whatever they wanted. I don't think that they used all of their substitutes. Obviously Aguero will be the concern for them. Apparently he's got a knee injury that could actually rule him out for a year. That is the rumour. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but if so, it's not looking good for Aguero anyway. But they're just completely dominant, absolutely dominant. Almost 3 times the amount of passes, 3 times the amount of accurate passes and stuff like that as well. Just what you expect from Man City. You think the one thing that you'd have going for you if you're Burnley is that generally you're quite good defensively, quite solid, quite organised, but it just didn't go that way at all. Wasn't competitive at all. And really, honestly, it was a good showing by Man City. It was a good attacking showing by Man City. But there isn't really a great deal to analyse. That is just my opinion. There's not a great deal to analyse. Man City had way more quality than Burnley had, and Burnley just couldn't cope with it. On maybe, if the season had been continuing and we didn't have this break or something like that, maybe that has had a bit of an effect. But I don't think it's had that much of an effect, really, not to be honest. Maybe something like this would still have happened. Maybe this type of performance would have still happened if it was 3 months ago, whatever. Phil Foden really stood out in this game. He really did stand out. He scored 2 goals. I can't remember if he got an assist or anything like that. On here, it says that he didn't. By the way, Fernandinho's assist for Mahrez's goal was ridiculous. Right from centre-back as well. Really nice pinged ball. But Phil Foden was really, really good in this game. And I think he's, with David Silva, who will be on his way out, I think this is his final season with Manchester City, Phil Foden's right there to take that spot, in my opinion. Really, really good performance by him. And I'm pretty sure he was actually man of the match, which he was. 2 goals, really good goals as well. And just a really good performance by the young lad as well. So, look, massive credit to them. Riyad Mahrez was an absolute problem all game. Such good skills, trickery, all that sort of good stuff as well. And I'm pretty sure that, alright, Leroy Sané came on. Didn't really do a great deal when he did come on. I don't think that Man City are going to miss Leroy Sané when they've got the likes of Riyad Mahrez in there. Really starting to impose himself now. When he moved to Man City at first, didn't look like it was going to do a great deal for him. But he's now grown into the role. Obviously, Leroy Sané being injured has actually helped him really integrate himself, get his playing style into the Man City team, and he seems to be really benefiting from it now. And just a really complete performance. 1 shot, none on target, 1 shot off target, which is the 1 shot that they had, Burnley. Just didn't do anything, didn't impose themselves, didn't try. For me, it just looked like a lack of try as well. And that's really all I can say. The only other thing that we can comment about at the moment is this. Someone flew this over the game last night, and it's gross. Ben Mee came out and spoke brilliantly after the game about this, that he was disgusted, he was embarrassed that fans of Burnley, like a minority of fans of Burnley, would go out and pay for someone to do this. Apparently, the rumor is it was a fan that is also, he's been banned already or something like that. So had his season tickets and stuff like that suspended before this. I think they are investigating who it was and all this sort of stuff like that. But this is just gross. I don't know. I don't know why anyone would feel the need to fly something like that over a football game. It's just gross, absolutely gross, unnecessary, and just misses the whole point of the whole the whole Black Lives Matter movement. It absolutely misses the whole point of that. So this is just gross. This is unnecessary, and I don't understand. This is where people need to get themselves a little bit more educated about the matters at hand, about white lives, about black lives, and other lives as well. They need to get themselves educated on why Black Lives Matter is happening. That's all I'm going to say on that at the moment. Where does it leave Burnley in the table? It really doesn't actually affect Burnley. It really doesn't. They're still 1 point behind Arsenal at this moment in time. So they're actually doing all right. They're not doing too badly. They're level on games. Everyone has now played the same amount of games as well. It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't actually matter. It's probably better for Arsenal because they'll be like, yes, we're not in 11th. We're not officially in the bottom half of the table. And Man City, it means that they close in, on securing second place even further if they haven't done already. So that is the end of this review anyway. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below about this match. I can't really do an analysis on something that was complete domination. It really was. So let me know what you think in the comments below as well. Hope your team did okay this weekend. Let me know what your thoughts are for the next set of games as well. I will be doing previews for those as well. But for now, I'm going to get out of here and start recording those previews. I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you later.